Hi there everybody, this is David, and as all of you know, this fall's release schedule is like jam-packed with all sorts of great games. Lately though, I've been playing one that's coming out soon, Digimon Story Time Stranger, and this is a game that I have been looking very much forward to. I played the demo, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. But does the full game actually live up to the demo? Or was the demo just kind of like showing off all the good pieces and leaving all the monotony for the full game? Well, today I do want to tell you all about my experience with it as you come and you join a party and you level on up with me. With your sub, your like, and your brand new hype, it can help me out a ton, so thank you so much for that. So now, let's go ahead and dive right on in to whether this game is actually worth your time in such a crowded release season. So, straight talk, y'all. We just had Trails in the Sky first chapter, Toa and the Guardians of the Sacred Tree, Atelier Res Loriana, and Final Fantasy Tactics. My wallet is in pain. Should I tell it to suck it up and to buy this game? Or should I just skip it and then wait for, Shrine's Legacy, Pokemon Legends, ZA, Dragon Quest 1 and 2, Tales of Xillia Remastered, Inazuma 11, and Octopath Traveler 0? I guess that's really the million-dollar question. What should I be spending my hard-earned money on? And I have a lot to say about it. So let's go ahead and get into this review, and let's get the boring bits and background out of the way first. You can choose between a male or a female detective and 3 different difficulty levels, as well as if you want voice acting in English or Japanese. And you play as an investigator working for Adamas, which is a secret organization that handles paranormal phenomenon. Essentially, you're investigating Digimon, and Shinjuku is the hot zone. And while things do seem normal enough at first, it's not long till the entire world is in absolute shambles after a Digimon attack. However, you are luckily thrust 8 years into the past, and then you're tasked with trying to figure out how to stop some global catastrophe that started back then. It's a cool setup, it's a great premise, but what they don't tell you is that you're not just stuck in the past, you're actually stuck in the longest tutorial in the history of mankind. I'm not kidding, this introduction is at least, bare minimum, 5 hours. That is longer than the introduction of Dragon Quest 7. It is 5 hours of someone knocking on your door, saying, "Hey, wake up, are you awake?" You making a choice of saying, "Yeah, I guess I'm awake." Then walking into the living room, then talking to this little girl, and then saying, "Oh, we should go out to the park and play tag," and then doing it again, and again, and again. You wake up and you go to bed more times than I have slept in the past month. It is Groundhog Day, but without the joke. It's almost like the game can't decide if it wants to be an anime or a game, and it's veering real close to that anime vibe. But the problem is, I came here to play a game, not to binge on the world's most boring slice-of-life anime. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I could just play Loop 8, but God, I don't hate myself that much. I don't care about your obnoxious friend trying to become a YouTube superstar. I don't care about the stupid kids in the park playing tag. I don't care about the endless fetch quests and trying to coordinate my location in town. I don't care about finding out the train schedules. I don't care about what you're watching on TV. All I want to do is go into a dungeon, kick ass, and take names. Not have some random girl comment about how ugly the shirt is that I'm wearing, because again, I don't care. So, after 5 torturous hours of waking up, going into the living room, talking to the girl, walking downstairs, going out into town to do my good deed of the day, only to then say, "Oh, it's late at night, let's go back, let's go to bed, and then let's wake up and do it all over again." I was so over it. Not to mention, this girl has the most obnoxious friend on the face of the planet, and I just want to smack her across the face. And she's constantly attacked by Digimon, and every time that she is, I really hope that she just dies. I hope that she gets her guts ripped out of her body. I couldn't stand her. Anyway, after about the 5 or so hour mark, you finally get to the digital world. And I thought that things would change. I thought that this was going to be a fully realized world. But no, how wrong was I? Just that this girl's house was your hub, and the sewer, yeah, the one lone sewer, was your dungeon that you went to over and over and over again in Tokyo. There is a one hub Digimon town, and then you select your dungeons from a menu. Great. There's no big world to explore, there's no world map, there's no open zones or anything else like that. All the dungeons are hallways with very basic puzzle solving. I was expecting to be able to ride on the back of my Digimons and fly around the world. But no, you can fly over a small crevice in a linear dungeon. That's it. It's really disappointing. The one thing that is not disappointing though is the brisk pace of the combat and the collection of the Digimon. This was the one highlight of the game, because once you escape the verbal sludge and the never-ending blabbing, the combat and the Digimon collection systems are actually pretty good. Combat is turn-based and you control 3 different Digimon at a time, and kind of like in Pokemon, you'll give them orders, feed them items, or whatever else that you need to do, because you don't actually take part in combat. There's also extra slots for any guest Digimon that you may have, and you can have up a total of 6 Digimon that you can swap in and out of your party at any time. It's the mix of the classic vaccine, virus, data, rock, paper, scissors, plus elemental resistances and traits that all the Digimon fans know and love. Also, you don't need to memorize anything. If a weakness is hit, you will know it as a huge indicator pops up and lets you know that you did great damage. Then, in an Earthbound twist, there's an on-field attack where you can literally blast Digimon before the fight even starts. If you're strong enough, you can vaporize the enemies and get experience and gold without even fighting. So it does make traversing the dungeons really nice, as you feel like some sort of wizard summoning your Digimon to destroy everything in your path. There may be some obstacles as well that you destroy in much the same way, and again, some very basic puzzle solving. We're talking things like, oh no, the elevator's out of electricity, so I need to use my electric Digimon and shock it. That's pretty much it. There's also this CP limit system. You do actions, you hit weak points, you build up some CP, and you spend that on cross arts, which are essentially limit breaks, and sometimes you also trigger follow-up attacks. And a little timing window in the center of the screen will give you extra hits of bonus damage or other perks, kind of like in Legend of Dragoon. There's also auto-battling and 5x speed for, grinding and all that kind of stuff, so it is a very fun combat system that you do have on your hands. Collecting Digimon is handled way better than Pokeball Roulette. It's super simple. You battle a Digimon, your scan rate goes up, and whenever that rate gets between 100 and 200%, you can recruit the Digimon. The closer it is to 200, the better the new Digimon's talent and maximum HP will be. There's no throwing balls or praying to RNGesus. You earn them by fighting. And yeah, digital evolution requires meeting stat thresholds and hitting the necessary Adamus rank, but you can also de-Digivolve if you want to roll back to previous forms. There's also a Digifarm too, where you can keep your extra Digimon, and they still do find materials and earn the same experience as your boxed and held onto Digimon. So there's no downside to letting them hang out on the farm. So that's smart. And there's also some nice quality of life features. If you stand still, your entire party will recover all of their HP and MP. It's kind of like how Adol from the E series does it, except, you're not a flower, so you can do it inside of a dungeon too. Now on to the world design. After getting through that long introduction, the game finally opens up. For a second, it kind of feels like you're leaving Midgar in Final Fantasy VII, and the world spreads out, and you feel free. Only to realize it is a lie. Instead of a fully realized Digimon world to explore, it's basically Tokyo all over again. Except now you don't explore the same sewer 20 times. It's buy stuff in the hub town, take an airship over to the dungeons. It never gives you this big open zone to run around in. There's no rolling vistas, no big Digimon world vibe. It's disappointing. I wanted more than same sewer dives and then reused tower zones. Also, the treasure chest saturation is a real problem, and it's not just a problem in this game, but I did want to bring it up. There are treasure chests everywhere. Gear, accessories, augments, crafting, crap. You can equip up to 4 different augments per Digimon, which is cool. But there are so many chests and materials that finding one stops feeling special. Do y'all remember back in the day, whenever finding a treasure chest was a big event? When you finally got the Ice Brand and Fire Brand for Cecil in Final Fantasy IV, or the fake mustache in Final Fantasy VI. Those treasures actually mattered. But here, it's you're constantly just opening up a trash can bin full of crafting crap that you don't care about. And after a while, it all just kind of bleeds together and you just don't give a shit what you're opening up anymore. So here's really my final thoughts. I don't like it, but I also don't hate it. It's just kind of there. So if you're like a huge Digimon fan, I'm sure that you'll love it. But if you want to jump into like a crisp, tightly paced, turn-based RPG today, you can find so many better ones out there. If this game had come out earlier in the year, maybe like 3 months ago or so, when it was like dry as a desert out there, then yeah, I probably may have recommended it. But now, when we are jam-packed to the gills with all sorts of fantastic games coming out one after another this fall release season, this one here is a super easy skip. Or at least wait until it's on a deep sale. I would say it's worth maybe 15 to 20 bucks, not 70. So now I want to hear from y'all, how do you feel about the game, and will you be getting it? Let me know in the comments, who did you want to murder first? That annoying friend or the tutorial itself? Let me know. And if this review helps you out, please be sure to like the video and subscribe, because it helps me out a ton. Thanks for listening to me ramble, and have a good day.